Can we just get this over with?
How to sharpen one's senses. How to sharpen one's senses. Addressed to Heinrich von Kram and written with a nervous hand. Arrived just yesterday. You and Eric were competing for the position of honorary consul, yes? Quite the title.
We were, but he stood no chance. Only a true nobleman could take such a role.
Difficult for him to contest it now. Mr. von Kram, I know you murdered Eric von Staub.
You joke, I didn't do it.
On the contrary, when the opportunity arose, you pounced.
That doesn't make any sense at all. And furthermore, I had no reason to want Eric dead.
I will consider what you said.
Finally, words of wisdom.
Mr. von Kram, I know you murdered Eric von Staub.
You joke. That doesn't make any sense at all. And furthermore, I had no reason to...
Actually, you had a motive.
That's ridiculous.
No, it's not. I will consider what you said.
Finally, words of wisdom. Do not be ashamed.
Mr. von Kram, I know you murdered Eric von Staub.
You joke, I didn't. That doesn't make any sense at all. And furthermore, I had...
Actually, you had a motive.
That's ridiculous.
No. Your pistol collection is missing a piece, the murder weapon you disposed of after the kill.
I lost it in a bet. For God's sake, you'd make a stuffed bird laugh.
Mr. von Kram, I believe you are the one responsible for Eric von Staub's death. You are now under my arrest and will be escorted to the police.
I have never been so insulted in all my life. I am innocent, as you will soon find out. I always knew I was smarter than you, but this proves it. I always knew I was smarter than you, but this proves it.
Are you sure von Kram was lying? I don't know, arresting him feels wrong.
guests of Cordona.
Do you know anything about this?
Oh, I'm sorry, but that's beyond my knowledge.
A contest for the guests.
May I ask for your assistance?
Excuse me? What? I'm not sure I know.
Oh, I am.
Can you satisfy my curiosity?
Call me when you find the
Sorry,
answer.
I've never heard of that.
A contest for the guests of Cordona. Find hidden treasure.
Sir, what do you think you're doing?
Officer,
Oh, I know you. You're the clever chap that cracked that Palazzo del Luzzo case, eh?
presuming there has not been another murder since, then yes, it is I. I'm here to investigate the accident. You don't mind if I examine the scene?
You're too late. Case closed. It was no accident. The rickshaw driver deliberately ran that poor woman over, and I'm taking him into custody.
Oh, well, if that's the case, then my examination of the scene can hardly interfere with your brilliant work, Officer...
Huxley. Well, if you want to play detective, go ahead. But stay away from my business, all right?
An impact to the back of the head caused severe damage. Her death was probably instant.
Cordona's true horror revealed.
The dress looks generally neat and tidy. Any staining must have been from the accident. Takes. I'll find a use for it. This pendant looks like it may contain something. Let's see. cleaning the houses of rich men by day and preserving England's secrets by night.
My friend, you know you're in trouble, right? But all this can go away for a small fee.
Damn crooked cops.
I didn't see her, I swear. She came out of nowhere. I heard someone collide with my car, and when I turned around, she was lying there.
Always
dead.
take care when walking beneath balconies. May I ask you something?
Go find your answers somewhere else.
Sir, I've heard the same not my fault lie 1,000 times. I wasn't born yesterday.
From the position of the body, we can deduce that Mycroft's agent walked down the street from the east. The rickshaw's tracks show that the vehicle was coming from the south. The rickshaw gained speed down the slope of the road and was going too fast to stop for a pedestrian.
But, Sherry, it would be impossible to miss a rickshaw speeding downhill. It was as fast as a racehorse.
Unless something distracts you. A sudden loud noise caught the agent's attention and they stepped into the road without looking. It was all an accident. John, no one is immune to chance. Such synchrony of events would be very difficult to contrive artificially.
No such thing as coincidence. I bet there's a killer mastermind behind this. Or a team of killers. Or a secret global rickshaw conspiracy.
Upon examination of the scene, I have concluded that the smash of the flower pot distracted the woman. She didn't notice the oncoming rickshaw. After stepping into its path, she was knocked to the ground and died after hitting her head on the curb. It was most likely an accident.
Oh, that's just your imagination. The facts say otherwise.
Well, fact, there are no wheel tracks on the woman's body, so the rickshaw could not have run over her. Fact, you are blackmailing an innocent man.
Didn't I tell you to stay out of my business? You're lucky there's a crowd.
So the man can go free. Oh, thank you, Officer Huxley, for your excellent decision.
All right. The rickshaw puller can leave, but he better not show his face again. That goes twice for you, Mr. White Knight. Goodbye, sir.
I'm glad you didn't leave that poor chap alone.
The truth must be told, even if it damns as often as it saves. Today it spared a driver and denounced an officer. Tomorrow, perhaps the opposite.
Thank you, sir. This policeman would have never let me go if you hadn't intervened.
Come closer and try something on. You won't regret it.
Could you help me?
Hey, Toff. You have exactly 1 minute to get lost.
May I ask you something?
I won't help you, sir.
Come closer and try something on. You won't regret it.
Can you satisfy my curiosity?
I'm afraid I don't know about it.
So, what have we learned today? Don't let anyone take you for a ride.
1 bed, 1 table, and 1 horrible scent of decay which someone tried to cover with perfume. A typical safe house for my cross spies. A brand new model. I must say, perfectly maintained. She took good care of it. Whoever broke in clearly does not appreciate lockpicks. The documents may have been stowed in here, but they're gone now. Being a secret agent isn't easy. A brute force intrusion rather than a stealthy sneak-in. The wax is still warm. Primitive, but efficient at breaking windows. Sloppy work. Unprofessional. Someone was in a hurry. Mycroft's documents were stolen. The thief entered through the broken window not long ago.
What are we waiting for? Let's search the backyard and track him down.
Fake passport. I guess nothing is a crime if you're working for the Crown. I've always wanted to try something new. Reminds me of the mess in your room, John. They were in such a hurry that they cut themselves.
Look at the amount of blood. Does it mean they were waiting here for something?
The police patrol schedule sends officers along here regularly. Our thief wasn't waiting. They were hiding. The blood trail stops here. They must have finally bandaged the wound.
The thief must be somewhere around here. I can almost smell him.
Piece of advice. Next time you try to steal from an agent of the United Kingdom, don't leave a trail of blood behind you. Try using a lockpick.
So it seems this is it. You found me. And now I have no choice. No choice at all. He told me to give you this letter.
So where are the documents, and who is he?
Piece of advice. When someone tells you to mind your own business, listen.
horror could he have been facing that suicide was the better option?
It's a grim augury indeed. There's something bigger brewing, John. We should inspect the poor man for any leads. What did you get yourself into? He managed to bandage the wound properly. A strange act of self-preservation for a man on his way to suicide. Expensive clothes. Pretty worn out, though. A family insignia. Typical nobleman fashion. A family old and made of silver. Not expensive, but might be an heirloom.
Take a photo of this poor bugger. Better to give Mycroft something rather than nothing.
I suppose it may help in understanding the situation. May I ask for your assistance?
My dear fellow, you're talking to the right man. Alas, that's a terrible blow for the office. I'd better pass on your report immediately. Thank you for your service.
The accident doesn't look so accidental anymore, does it?
I think you might be right, John. I feel like someone is leading us by the nose. First time I've encountered such a devious mind.
I suspect not the last.